Moon gang. We are back. We are back. We are alive. From the ashes, we have risen once again. Once again, very, very, extremely happy to be back. Folks. I can't explain how happy I am that we made it to this point. We made it. We made it through the craziness on Friday. I mean, absolute insanity. I hope everyone had a great weekend, a phenomenal weekend, and I hope you're ready for another week of basically casino fun. I mean, folks, pure insanity across the board, and yet we made it. We made it to right here. We're doing what we do best. So excited. Hello. Oh, thank you for all these words of support. I'm happy we made it. I'm happy we made it. Oh, where are my headphones so I could talk to NASA? How else are we going to talk to NASA? Folks, if you're just tuning in right now, maybe you missed a little bit of Friday afternoon. Maybe you're like, hey, it's Friday, it's the summer. Let's start a early vacation. Well, you missed out on a little bit of drama, and I'm not talking drama with another creator or a member of Ape Nation. I am talking drama with a big tech conglomerate. Actually, in fact, the one we're on right now. So there we were, talking about stocks, talking about duck-based and tiger-based fashion, and on Friday, I don't know, it was like 3:15, 3:30, gone. Black, dark, cut the feed. No way, Jose. We're not letting the duck guy talk about stocks anymore. Immediately got an email saying, you are harmful and dangerous. Bye-bye. And very, very quickly, the community rose up in my defense, which I am immensely and eternally grateful for. It blew up on Twitter. At one point, it was trending, free Matt Kohrs. It quickly became a PR nightmare for YouTube, to the point that Charles Payne was talking about it. Meet Kevin had me on his show almost immediately to get more of a spotlight on it. It was just pure insanity. And a handful of hours later, I was back. So it happened Friday, and a couple hours later, I had it back. This is now the second time. Same thing. I'm harmful and dangerous. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we all know of many accounts and people on YouTube who post things that it might make you scratch your head of man, this seems a bit inappropriate. I didn't know they could say that. I didn't know they could show that. I thought this was a family-friendly platform. And I'm the one who gets hit once, not once, but twice. TMI gets hit. On the larger scale of that, it seems like it's very specific to the AMC community when we have the extent of hardcore punishment, but even finance YouTube in general. I mean, Graham Stephan was losing his channel. Meet Kevin was having his own problems with YouTube and Twitter, and it just across the board, it seems like something's going on. I mean, I guess I should probably have on my tinfoil hat. So hang on. If we want to do this any justice, obviously I have to put on the old tinfoil hat to talk about this stuff, because it's all alleged. But YouTube's I have had no special commentary from YouTube. What you see publicly, their Twitter responses and everything, is what I've seen. It's not like YouTube's reached out to me and been like, hey, we had this problem, we're super sorry. Do you have any suggestions on how this could be prevented in the future? That does not happen. That has not happened. Everything I know, you also know. It's all been public. They're like, oh, sorry, oopsie daisies, it's a mistake. Which is just ridiculous. Two channel termination mistakes for me personally in 3 months, and then you throw on TMI, so 2 terminations within a week for people who are known within the AMC community. I don't know. I was talking about this in my video last night, which if you haven't seen that, let me just sum it up for you really quickly. I appreciate you more than I have the ability to articulate. You guys have not only saved me once, you've actually saved me twice. And I think it's very I guess the best way to say it, it highlights that this is no longer fun and games. This isn't, hey, we're watching a stock, maybe it explodes and we make a bunch of money and like poke fun at hedge funds. This is very much, we are staring down the barrel of a potential seismic shift in the power dynamic, not only within the US, but within the world. It really does do a good job at highlighting how big of a story, how big of a cultural movement, how big of a social dynamic switch is going on right now. And yes, it's playing out on the scoreboard of AMC and GME. But like I said, that's the scoreboard. This is much more of a fight, in my opinion, between elitists, populists, the 99 versus the one, whatever you want to call it. But think about it. If you really take a step back and look at it at large, people in power, in that in-group, within that 1%, they don't want change. Think about that. Why would they want change when right now everything's going swimmingly for them? They are actively going to go against any form of change because they're already at like that top tier of the game we call life. They don't want change. There's never been a point in history where the group in power, the group in control has been like, oh, yeah, no, that's cool. Like, let's just completely shift things up. That puts their lives at risk, what they know, what they're comfortable with. So across the board, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think these types of accidents, mistakes, censorship, whatever you want to call it, I don't think they're going to be over. I don't think it's like, oh, okay, we got through that. Maybe it's the last time for my channel, but at large, I mean, the support for your creators, the people who you follow, like across the entire gambit, it is very, very important that you support them because things like this can happen on like instantly. Though I do know that when I was tagged as harmful and dangerous for the second time, it was that video. It was the Friday stream. They're like, yeah, like you said something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. If I ever hear anything, which I doubt YouTube's going to give me a response, because if they do, maybe then those words are going to be used if I like decide to lawyer up or something like that. I don't know. And it's weird. It's a very weird fight, because right now it's like I feel like all of my energies and the group's energies have been like, what's going on with market makers, prime brokers, the market at large. So we're fighting that entity, and all of a sudden it could become a two-front fight when we're now battling big tech. Like there's only so much time in the day. Like it's overwhelming. But the reason why it's still worth it, I think, is actually twofold. Reason one, I've been brought up, and I am deeply of the opinion that if you notice something systematically wrong, structurally wrong, that doesn't mean you just sit there and be like, oh, whatever. Okay, that's a crappy game. Like, I hope someone fixes it. No, I very much believe that if you notice something going on that's illegal, illicit, nefarious, whatever you want to call it, you make your best attempt to try to fix it, not just for yourself, for your family, but for everyone around you, for everyone coming after you. I do believe we have a societal duty to make it better, to at least fight to make it better. And beyond that, I mean, I have all of you. You have me. Like, we have such like, our voice is clearly bigger than we can even imagine. It is clearly bigger than we can possibly imagine because it's gotten to this level. So I don't want anyone out there underestimating the power of your individual voice, because when we're all put together, we can clearly make a lot of changes. I mean, across the board, we have already seen changes in the stock market that I strongly believe would not have happened without us. The expediency at which some of these new rules have been passed, the DTCC, the IOC, the NSCC, all of those fancy acronyms across the board, I do not think those would have happened without us. And I don't think it just ends there. I don't think they're just passing those rules and they're like, oh, okay, this like ape nation is now going to quiet down. I truly don't believe if anything, I just think it's the start. And it doesn't end here at AMC and GME. For some of you, it might, but for me, doesn't. I mean, I guess whether you're running into the form of some keyboard warrior bully or a big tech conglomerate bully, whatever it is, it doesn't matter the shape, the form. You just don't quit on it. You fight. Like, there obviously, the outcome is never ever guaranteed, but the thing you can guarantee is the effort and the heart and the passion you put into that fight. So for me, I'm fighting day in and day out, AMC, GME. I'm trying to bring on people that are experts so we can all learn more. I'm trying to explain our story on national TV. Just more and more. I do what I can, and day in and day out. I mean, not everyone's going to believe it, but for those of you who are supporters, I hope you understand truly that day in and day out, any of my individual actions is like I'm somehow just trying to play my hand the best I can to spread the word of Ape Nation and get more people into this fight and somehow prompt positive change, a positive change in trend. So we're at least heading in the right direction. And with any luck, we can execute on it very quickly and go on to bigger and better things for better and better and more positive change across the board. That is my goal. Right now it's AMC and GME, but for me, the fight, this is not specific. Like right now, this is very inherent to what we are fighting, but it doesn't end here. If we fix some of the issues going on with AMC and GME, that doesn't mean that magically everything is fine in the stock market. There's the next thing. And obviously we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. You have to pick one thing, fight with that, get that change, and then move on to the next. But this is what's going on. This is the state of things right now. And the only thing that I really want to get across on this is I'm so, I guess, incredibly fortunate to be fighting it alongside with you, because that not only tells me that I have an immense amount of support, but it also tells me that with all of you crazy apes out there, the likelihood of getting our message heard and prompting positive, useful change for us and for future generations, I think it just gets higher and higher day over day. But to sum it up, I'm not going anywhere. Logistically, I did make a backup channel. It's called Kohrs Clips. I think it's featured under my channel. If you go to like channels or about or something, Kohrs Clips, the picture is of like my cartoon rendition of a duck. Some people pointed out, well, hey, if it's YouTube, they might just like kind of cut all of your channels. So that's the backup YouTube channel. But if it kicked off of YouTube completely, there is a Twitch channel. It's Matt_Kohrs. It's right above my head. That's also my Twitter and Instagram. And then also a lot of people were suggesting Rumble, so I will be looking into that later this week to see what's going on with Rumble. But overall, if I get completely deplatformed off YouTube, I'm not going anywhere. I'll go to another tech platform, and even if that doesn't work out, I mean, I was talking about this if it comes to it, I'll just be shouting from a corner somewhere in Philly. Like I'm not going to go anywhere. They're not going to silence me. It's just not going to work that well. Like it's just, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. We got knocked down on Friday, but when you get knocked down, you just get off the mat and you keep pushing forward. So that's the game plan, not going anywhere. Let me read some of these things, and then we will do a quick Ortex breakdown, and we'll do a quick technical breakdown, get us ready for the day. Welcome back, Matt. Let's go. Free Matt Kohrs, Moon Gang. Matt, the Duck Lord, back from the grave. Oh, brother. New law, NS 2021-10 protects hedge funds so they can invest in GME with AMC without causing a market crash and losing in their other investments. Unknown name. That's not exactly how I interpreted it. And please understand, I'm not saying I am an expert at that particular rule. I've only read about it like kind of slightly. But to my understanding, it's allowing them to use stocks that they own as collateral on their current loans. So it's more of allowing, like it's de-risking the loaning system, and it's allowing them to use the stocks they own as collateral. I heard some people trying to classify it as like a controlled systematic squeeze attempt like that. That's not how I interpreted it. Maybe I got it completely wrong, but to my understanding, it's just saying, hey, for your loan, you're allowed to use the stock you own as collateral. I don't know necessarily how it connected to a systematic squeeze. Hedge funds so they can invest into GME without causing and losing. Protects hedge funds so they can invest into GME and AMC without causing a market crash. Unknown name. I know it's tough to fit. Like I understand you only have limited characters, but I'm a little bit confused. Investing into AMC and GME by a hedge fund wouldn't cause a market crash if they invest into that. I'm not a Twitch guy, but you leave for Twitch and I'm there and absolutely done with YouTube. It's a garbage platform. Move on. We're with you. Yeah, for now, I'm going to keep running it, but I'm also obviously going to try to be smart and have these. I mean, on Friday, a lot of people poured right into Twitch. I'm very happy that I already had the Twitch account up and people knew about it because you were able to know what was going on in real time. When the mother of all short squeezes is happening, all the YouTube financial channels will be silenced via swamp people. Everyone have a backup plan. Yeah, so for me, I mean, if they take me off, I do have the YouTube backup. I do have the Twitch backup. It's just some fail safes. Chrissa, we love you and appreciate you. Be safe and happy. Thank you. Happy we got your back. And yes, you are harmful and dangerous to the Edgy's wallet. Good morning, brother. Please put backup channel in description. I couldn't find it in search. Okay, yeah, I will do that very quickly. I think some of the unboxing was actually posted last night already to the channel. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it as the first link in the channel. I'll just put new channel. Channel. I should probably spell that correctly. Once again, it's called Matt Kohrs Clips. So I just put it in the description of the video, and I'm putting it in. I just put it in chat right now. If you want to just go through there. Happy birthday, you beautiful baby boy. I believe the reason oops, hang on. I believe the reason it happened is because you moved the AMC chart to the left and GME on the right. You played with and upset the gods. I started my transfer out of Webull to Fidelity. I'm hoping for a smooth move before the squeeze. I think you'll be good in terms of timing. I think you're going to be good because people are saying that the transfer is actually relatively quick. Thoughts on the idea that Iron Man's daughter saying I love you 3000 was a message from Aaron saying AMC will hit 3000 and Thanos himself can't stop it. What's going on, Samflo? Benzinga News, AMC Entertainment tops Q2 trends for millennials and Gen Z. Wish enters the top 100. The man, the myth, the legend, Matt Kohrs is back. Oh, brother. Hey, brother, you're truly an inspiration to all you meet. You're darn good investor, a good teacher, and seems like a darn good guy. Much love, brother. R Labs, that means a lot to me. Seriously, I appreciate that. Good to have you back, brother. Hope you didn't eat too much Wendy's over the weekend. Oh, brother. What's going on, Ryan Patrick? Hoping everything's going well. If other hedge funds cause a massive squeeze, Citadel would have to liquidate their own investments to cover. That's hurting value of other stocks. Well, remember, if they sell, someone else is going to buy. So it depends on how much selling is going on. Remember, you don't just sell into the ether. If they're cutting their other blue chip stocks to meet collateral requirements, someone is still buying those other stocks. Whenever anyone sells, someone's buying. Whenever anyone's buying, someone is selling. Do you ever fear you might be in danger because of how honest you are with corruption? Much love from Canada, broski. Maybe I'm being naive, but I don't feel that way. And like I said, maybe that's naive. Maybe I need to be a little bit more, careful about where I am in my PO box and that type of stuff. But my going thought is that people like Dave Lauer, if someone were to be in trouble, it would be Dave Lauer. I mean, Dave Lauer he's not a whistleblower, but he's the guy who knows the internals of how Citadel works, and then he talks to the government about it and how to fix it. He talks to us. Oh, and speaking of which, Dave Lauer, we're interviewing him this week. I tweeted about it. Go to that tweet thread. If you have questions specifically about dark pools or payment for order flow, respond to that thread, and I'll be asking some of those questions to him. But I'm interviewing Dave Lauer this week, and I'm actually going to be on Making Money Today as well. So we're going to be, I'm assuming, talking about AMC, GME, big tech censorship, and all that stuff. But that's happening today, somewhere between 2 or 3. And then I'll be interviewing Dave Lauer this week to get the questions about dark pools and payment for order flow. There's a lot of people who are confused about it, fairly so. I mean, that's very fair. There's a lot of misinformation going out there. There's a lot of good information going out there. And I figure, why not ask a legitimate expert and have a standalone interview that you guys can watch and reference and re-listen to, and I will be asking all of your dark pool and all of your payment for order flow questions. That'll be the subject for that particular interview, and then for the other related things, maybe a different interview down the road, but just what's going on with dark pools. Right now, there's a lot of assumptions. I mean, we saw that dark pool abuse was trending. We hear all these things about payment for order flow, and that's a question. Right now, a lot of people have a lot of assumptions about dark pools and payment from order flow. And from what I understand, some of it is right and some of it is wrong. Right now, the game is for us to all get on the exact same page of realism. What is true, what isn't true, and what are the things going on that we don't even know about? He is a great, great person to ask, and that will be coming out sometime this week. Welcome back, Matt. We got you because we know you got us. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Let's go. So H&D, did you see the size of those magnets you were putting on the chart? Also, short squeeze update today, right? All right, we'll go over the Ortex and all that. Matt, you are dangerously informative. Wondering if we could get in touch a bit of DD about the audits and what's all the tech talk means. So a bit about the audit. So actually, there's a handful of audit related things going on right now. So I need a little bit of specifics from you. But overall, just so you know, like for the overall market, this is probably a good time to do it. Overall market, a lot of big tech companies reporting this week. And don't forget, AMC also has its shareholder meeting July 29th in 3 days. If you owned AMC on June 2nd, you will be able to vote. There are a couple proposals you can vote on, a handful of proposals you can vote up to and including July 28th. So you have today, tomorrow, the next day, and then the shareholder meeting would be on Thursday. Originally, the hot topic item was the authorization of an additional share dilution. They scrubbed that. You will not be voting on that. There is no chance of additional share dilution because we're not voting on it. So there's no way those shares are possibly going to be authorized. Please, please know that. But that doesn't mean, like, you should still vote. If you owned AMC shares on June 2nd, please, 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 please vote, vote, vote. Depending on your brokerage, you might have gotten an email, you might have gotten a call, but if you owned it, you should definitely vote. There's a handful of proposals. Once again, that's happening Thursday, July 29th. I think that's Thursday. Whatever it is, I'm positive it's happening on July 29th. So that's some stuff going on with AMC. Other than that, for the overall market, a lot of big tech companies reporting. So that's going to have some influence on just what's going on in the S&P 500 and specifically the NASDAQ 100. They can delete your YouTube channels. Clutches Pearls. Love you, bud. Glad you're still here. Shout out. Hey, Matt, thanks for all you do for the community. Do you feel that these changes with DTCC and SEC are just distractions for the apes? By the way, waiting for chairs OnlyFans. I don't think it's a distraction in any manner. I think they're positive rules, and in my opinion, most of them that I've like thoroughly read and thoroughly understand, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's how the market should be running, in my opinion. It's for me to generalize all these new rules. They are safe backstops of if something hits the fan, the market is not going to be unduly impacted. That's the best way for me to sum up all the new rules at large. What I don't like about them is that people are starting to assume that there's some form of a magic bullet of like they go into effect and then the squeeze is going to be prompted the next day. That's not how this works. Do not have the expectation that any particular rule being passed will be like that final thing that helps us. These are much more of preventative of new things happening in the future. That's how I would like in general think about these rules. Do not set the expectations that an individual rule is our magic bullet. Don't set the expectations that any particular thing is the magic bullet that we've needed, and that like finally if it's something happens or a particular date or something like that. I don't. People have been trying to call these things out for the past 6 months, and thus far, none of it, and I mean none of it, has come to fruition. No one has had an accurate call like that of like, on this quadruple witching, on this rule, on this particular date. That just hasn't been true. I think the rules being passed are positive. I think they are very logical and healthy rules for our stock market at large, for stock market participants at large. I'm a fan of them, but I'm not buying into this concept that like once X gets passed, that's finally what we need. I'm just not necessarily on board with it because we have not seen that thus far. I learned today that Zuckerberg has been selling off his Facebook shares almost every day since November. Does that seem weird to you? Glad to have you back. It does seem weird. I noticed that a couple weeks ago. There was an article written on it that Zuckerberg has been like getting out of Facebook like literally every single day. It's wild. Wondering your opinion on XRP and SEC lawsuit. Is it a good investment, and will it moon if they win, like many are saying? Personally, I do think that XRP will win the lawsuit, and I think upon that announcement, there will be a huge buying frenzy and it'll get pushed higher. Will it hold those gains? I don't know. Only time will tell. But if I had to guess right now, that's how I think it will like end up playing out. Very quickly before the bell dings, we have about 3 minutes left. Overall market, S&P 500 looking strong. Looks like we're going to gap up to a new all-time high. S&P 500, AMC, we are also gapping up. We're looking for an official new higher low. This is referred to as a hammer candle because it actually looks like a hammer. A lot of people look at this type of candle charting setup as a reversal. So if we do see that reversal, and hopefully it happens today, we want the breakout of 40 and then followed by 42. And if we get really lucky on this beautiful Monday, a test and a breakout of 46. So we are looking for a reversal off of these 3 red days. It's a hammer candle. We want the reversal. We are gapping up. So let's see if we can get some momentum follow through. In terms of GME, very similar in this. I mean, the chart setup's pretty much the same. What's different are the actual numbers this time around. So we want the breakout of 185. And then, of course, we have the important region from 200 to 210. So those are the numbers for AMC, GME. For AMC, in terms of the short interest, let's get this updated. Already a net borrow against it, $250,000, short interest of 14.83%. Please remember, this is a conservative floor estimate. If anything, it's higher in reality. In fact, I would bet any amount of money that it's higher in reality. Shares on loan, 95.5 million, utilization 88.52%. Relative to Friday morning start, all of these numbers across the board have increased, as in the shorts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. GameStop, short interest 15% flat, already a net borrow against it today. Shares on loan over 8 million, utilization 40.51%. We will be checking the live updates throughout the day. We can look at the daily chart throughout the day. I have this set up because we're going to hit them with some magnets and some rockets. Obviously, it's some of the best ways to actually chart, in my humble opinion. And we're ready to rip for the day, folks. We have less than a minute to go. The casino is about to open. Here, let me go to the minute chart to get us all ready, to get us prepared. All right, let's do this thing. Folks, very happy to be back. Very happy to be talking to you. Very happy that our casino is about to open. Before we do that, if you guys can help me out with the YouTube algorithm, if you want to destroy that like button, as Graham Stephan says, just helps out with the YouTube algorithm, gets more people in here to let them know that we are going absolutely nowhere. Let's get this thing going. I think big money trying to silence you. Chef Dave, very, very possible. But I don't know if we'll ever get the definitive answers. When the shared matter of AMC and table. All right, are we open? 9:30. Ding, ding, ding. The casino is open, folks, for the day, for the week, the final trading week of July. Let's hit this thing. Let's show them what we're made of. All right. Remember, high volatility right at the open. Personally, I like to wait those first 15 minutes just to see how things are truly structured for the day. All right, let's get prepped over here. Let's see how people are really positioning themselves. See what's going on with the insanity of the day. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. We are ready to rock, team. Ready to rock. So for my audio listeners, AMC cooking right around 38. It is thus far up just under 3% on the day. But I mean, with any solid continuation, we could see numbers way, way higher. GME cruising at 180. Kind of light volume. This is what, if I'm remembering, I mean, Friday was insane, but if I'm remembering Friday properly, around there, low volume. So hopefully we can get some enthusiasm, some volume, some volatility back into GME. AMC's volume thus far, 3 million, also actually kind of light. Ooh, there we go, GME. Ooh. We didn't come this far to only come this far. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all the knowledge. Apes stronger together. Shout out. Del Mundo. Good morning, Matt and Apes. Matt, you're effing awesome. Very humble guy. Keep your head up. Here we go. Got you, my boy. They can't take your smile away. What's going on, GH? Everyone, let's throw some rockets in chat. Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, let's throw some rockets in chat. Let's get the enthusiasm rocking today. Did your mods notice any trigger words or phrases being said in chat on Friday? Have a feeling on what happened? I think big money. So with it, things can be said in chat, and that necessarily, it would be a different type of violation or different violation of the official terms of service. So for me, it was, to my understanding, the terms of service that I broke, it was harmful and dangerous. And that's the same category where you're displaying legitimate violence, calling for violence, like doing something very, very bad, not just there like messing around in a duck shirt, or what, I think I was wearing a new tiger shirt. Who knows? Maybe that was it. Maybe they're like, that tiger shirt, it's just so aggressive. We don't know if we can handle it. Who knows? Could have been that. And I have the feeling we're never going to actually get the answer from YouTube. They're not going to tell me. I mean, they didn't tell me the first time around, so why would they tell me the second time around? When the share matter for AMC was still on the table, I was getting daily calls about how I needed to vote since it was taken off. The calls have stopped. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Could be. I mean, with that, maybe they just also call you X amount of times. Who knows? But you should still all vote. Does the long-term cap gains tax go to the day you bought the stock or each time you bought shares? Please shout out to JP Spurrier, aka Original Fat Jared. So the caps gains would be on like, if you bought some stocks now and then some stocks 6 months from now, the timer is started for the block of stocks when you bought it. So that first group would be benefited from the drop in capital gains like sooner than that second group. But once again, that's like a tax related thing. That's a CPA related thing. You definitely need to talk to a CPA about that. That's just my own experience. So I could just tell you what's happened with me in the past, but depending on where you are, your state, your country, any of that, you're going to want to talk to someone who's literally an expert, and that's their profession, is to tell you about stocks. Whoa, the market is looking hot today, folks. All forms of hot today. Hot, hot, hot. Hot tamale. All right. Whoa, whoa. AMC, AMC. Boom goes the dynamite. Do you think that's the phrase that got me in trouble? Boom goes the dynamite? No way. Because before, it could have been the phrase of when we were kicking Greg's out of chat. I was like, all right, maybe that's the thing that got us in trouble. But I'm now wondering, do you think it could have been boom goes the dynamite? YouTube, let me know. Is that the thing that I said that got your panties in a twist? Boom goes the dynamite? Folks, let me know in chat. Do you think that was the thing that got me in trouble? Crazy. I wonder. It's like just it's hit me now. That could have been it. Who knows? Maybe they're like, hey, we don't like you saying that awesome quote. People are saying your video's hidden. My video is hidden. Is anyone else seeing that? Did anyone else have issues today? Like video hidden issues of like not getting the notification or whatever it would properly be, like, I guess called or something like that. Did anyone? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All right, AMC looking good. Let's go. All right, pushing 39, first target. You guys already know this. I mean, not much has been changing. The most recently 40, and then right above that 42. So most people saying no, and then a few people saying hidden. That might just be like a weird algorithm serving type thing. Who knows? Who knows? Come on. Let's see 40. Let's see 40. All right, someone is asking about this. Hang on. You know what I could do for the backup YouTube channel? Matt Kohrs Clips YouTube. All right, so I just put it in chat and I'll pin it. So I just pinned to the top of chat the backup YouTube channel. In the meantime, when it's not being used for backup, it'll be used for clipping fun rants and explanations on the stream. We'll cut up the interviews for specific questions. We'll do unboxing stuff. It'll be more of like a more fun, more lighthearted. That'll be its utility in the meantime. And then for anything, like I need to be able to stream on it, it needs to grow to a certain size, and like you have to have the channel for X amount of time before you're allowed to do the stuff you actually want to do on it. So in the time that we're waiting for that, that's what we'll be using it for. But that's the backup channel. And in the meantime, we'll be posting some other things to it. So if that in any way interests you, check it out. It was literally just made like 2 days ago. And then we also have Twitch because we wanted something off platform. And Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, they're all Matt_Kohrs, which reminds me, in the debacle from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there has been an immense amount of new bot accounts. Please be careful. If it's me, I'm not asking you to WhatsApp me. I'm not asking you to email me. I'm not asking you to call me. I'm not asking you to send me money. There are so many fake accounts out there, and it's absolutely horrific. Please do not get scammed. If you see them, if you want to troll them, have at it, but just report them. Like, there's so many fake accounts, and I saw it for me. I saw it for so many other content creators. They're bad on Twitter. They're bad on Instagram. They're bad on YouTube. So many fake accounts. Twitter and Instagram refuse to verify me because I guess it's like a human-centric thing. They don't want apes on their platform. And it sucks. It sucks. So with that, please just be careful. Don't get scammed. All right, GME just below 180, and then AMC ran from 37.57 up to 39.53, and it's now at 38. So kind of a weird opening. What's going on with IWM? Is IWM getting hit? Is that what we have going on right now? That's exactly what we have going on right now. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? SPY, ding, 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 made a new all-time high. Dingity, ding, 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 brand new stock market high. All right, let's see if we could get some recovery bounces going on, specifically in IWM, because it has that same vibe, that same feeling as if it's being drugged down by the Russell 2000. Remember, the reason why we watch the Russell 2000 is because AMC is a part of it. This is an index that tracks 2,000 small cap stocks. GME used to be in the Russell 2000, which is tracked by the ticker IWM, and then it was removed at the end of June. For like sometimes they're just reshufflings, and right now it's actually not even in the S&P 500. I'm referring to GameStop. It's now in the Russell 1000. So it's kind of in that like awkward no man's land between the Russell 2000 and not in. It's in like some weird gap of stocks that not many people, not many portfolio managers have portfolios tracking. That S&P 500 is very popular, NASDAQ 100, Russell 2000, but to be in the Russell 1000 and not be in the S&P 500, that's kind of, it's a weird in between. And usually people either want to get moved up, like a lot of people just want to, like companies want to get moved up into the S&P 500. All last week, I had to go to your account to find your live. It's always been on my homepage except for the last week and a half. Crazy stuff going on. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff going on. Matt, please notify everyone your backup is your original profile account. Need to select the channel and it pops up. So I believe I pinned it to the top of chat. Like if you just click on that, the channel should pop up. It's pinned to the top of chat right now. It looks like there's 3 videos uploaded to it. And this was just from the unboxing from last night. Just a little bit of more of like a comedic relief from everything going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Russell 2000 came out of the gates real happy, and then currently getting smacked. Are you going to bounce Russell 2000? Let's look. There is support here at 220. There is support. Pure selling. Just pure selling. Wow. All right. We need this to come back around, but once again, I would not. I mean, we're not even 15 minutes of the day in, we're 13 minutes. And it's this type of craziness of why I just don't like making new positions right out of the gate, because you just don't know the volatility, especially on a Monday when there's like many announcements and developments from over the weekend. For me, yeah, obviously sometimes you're going to miss plays because sometimes there's a beautiful runner or something like that and you want that position right away. And that's part of the game. Like it's just sometimes you're going to miss it. But for me, over many trades, I found that it's just net beneficial for me to sit on my hands for those first 15 minutes, sometimes even more. Sometimes that first half hour, I just don't like creating a new position. Completely different story to close out a position. That's a completely different story. But to create a new position, I just don't like doing it right out of the gate. Do not like doing it. All right, come on, IWM. We ran, pushed for 6 minutes, and since then it's just been selling. But now the S&P 500 is coming back around. This might be it. All right, 15 minutes into the day, this might be our actual reversal. Look at S&P starting to bend back around. IWM hopefully not far behind it. What are you doing, IWM? Come on. Come on. But I'm seeing some green in the S&P 500, green in AMC. AMC, we kind of just wanted to get right above. I will mark it out right here, around 38, 30, 40, 50, somewhere in that region. Main target right here is 40. All right. Let's see if we're bending back around. Bye. Good. Matt talks about ducks and gets deleted. Meanwhile, there's a video of a seal. Totally fine, Nick. Oh, that's weird. Welcome back. Can you ask Dave about his interaction with Stephanie Cameraman? He took their convo to DMs because of trolls. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to ask like the personal conversation, but I'm just going to ask like for what the answer is, because for those of you who are like maybe a little bit confused about this, the difference in this conversation is Stephanie Cameraman is of the opinion that on the dark pool, the trade is not what she referred to as reported until the entire block is executed. So let's say you're trying to buy $1 million. If you only buy 900,000, she was saying that it's not reported. I don't know necessarily what she means when like a trade is reported. Does that mean we're not seeing it? Does that mean it doesn't account to the volume? I don't know what she meant by that. But regardless, Dave Lauer is of the opinion that that's incorrect, that even if a portion of a block is executed, it's going to be reported as it happens in real time. So they definitely had some disagreements on that. And with it, my gut instinct is to side with Dave, just because he has actively worked in the industry while Stephanie has worked as a trader. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my assumption is wrong, and that's a poor assumption to have. But I will ask that. I'll ask for clarification. Maybe he has some sort of data like source that he could point us to and be like, hey, this actually backs me up. It's just not an opinion. But I don't know about their DMs or anything like that. I'm not privy to that, and I don't want to necessarily ask about their personal conversation because it is a personal conversation. I just want to know the facts of the situation, because some of us right now are believing that a trade is not reported unless it's fully executed, and then there's other people who are thinking it's reported as it happens in real time. It's obviously good for our community to know like what the truth actually is. Let's talk about NSCC 2021-0100. So to my understanding, some people have been classifying this as a mechanism that would allow for a controlled squeeze. And I don't, unless I'm severely misunderstanding something, that is not what it sounds like to me. What it sounds like to me is it's allowing the ownership of other stock to be used as collateral for a loan. I don't know how that necessarily connects to controlling a squeeze, and maybe I'm just misunderstanding something. And I'm not saying that I spent all weekend diving into it. So I'm not saying that I'm like the most knowledgeable on this particular rule. Over the weekend, I spent it trying to like get answers from YouTube, but just on a surface level, I don't necessarily understand how it connects to controlling a squeeze. To me, it just sounded like, oh, okay, you're allowed to use stock you own as collateral for a loan. It stops a massive market crash. Yeah, so right there, it's being connected that way of like, okay, they have loan, they have money. So to me, it sounds like a good rule. Like I'm in no way against the rule, but I just saw that some people were connecting it to that. And to me, it just sounds like it's another fail-safe. It seems like I was saying earlier before the market opened today, a bunch of these rules overall are a good fail-safe. They're a good backstop for if in the scenario everything hits the fan. It's more protective to the overall stock market system. Do you think that people walk down AMC, not go past 40, lots of shorts, or people selling more because it seems like 40 is a new wall? Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some day traders attempting to lock in profits at 40. Of course, the shorts don't want it to go up a single cent. I mean, they might short it more at 40 because it's just a key psychological level. But for many, many reasons, there are day traders who will identify that as just key technical resistance, key psychological resistance, who are going to say, okay, let's just lock in our profits there if we run up to it. For example, there might be day traders right now getting in at 38 and they're going to put a sale target at 40 just because it's a nice round number. Other than that, in terms of the shorts, people betting against it, they're going to try to keep it down and like stymie any move at any level. And at major levels, such as that region from 40 to 42, and then past that 46, they're going to put up, I guess, more of an arduous fight because they don't want momentum to build from there. Any positive momentum could be extremely detrimental to the overall short position and short thesis. No through traffic becoming an astronaut. Thank you for joining up. Any idea why we can't trade Lucid? Aren't they finalizing the merger right now? I believe is the last thing I heard. Also, just so you know, Robinhood is going live this week, I believe on Thursday, the 29th. Robinhood, the trading brokerage that screwed over many, many people, their IPO is later this week, and I personally will not be involved in it, but I am here to watch the fireworks. I am definitely here to watch the fireworks because I think it's going to be absolute insanity, and I have a feeling it's going to be like, for them and the stock, I have a feeling it's going to be extremely negative. I mean, they're in so many lawsuits right now. The government seized Vlad, the boy from Bulgaria's phone. It's just like, it seems super, super risky to be bullish or long on the position. Like, it seems bad. LCID is trading. Oh, so any idea why we can't trade Lucid? It's because people are saying in chat, just so you know, we are Jackie Chili's, that it's switched officially from CCIV to I'm seeing LCID. It looks like the official like merger completed and the ticker changed. Del Mundo message retracted. I like the mystery. NSCC enables other hedge funds firms to invest and cause squeezes without the fear of market taking a hit when the bad actors liquidate their positions to cover their short positions. Fear of the... Wait, I don't know why a short covering their position would tank the market, though. Because with that, that's the assumption that there would be some sort of mass sell-off, but it depends on, like, honestly, the like mathematical explanation. I see where you're coming from, unknown name. At that point, though, it depends on what AMC's trading at when this happens. If it were to happen very close to now, it's not going to tank the overall market because we are talking about 19 billion. Honestly, if we're talking about 10x from now, 380, that's 190 billion. That's still not big enough to tank the market. Remember, to tank the market, you're talking about trillions of dollars. Like the overall market right now is roughly worth 50 trillion. So if you're talking anything less than a trillion, if you're talking 19 billion, 190 billion, 250 billion, those are numbers and they're huge numbers to us, but it's still somewhat of a drop in the bucket to the overall stock market. Hey, Matt, like many other viewers, I was scared on Friday from your dangerous and harmful content. We need to put a disclaimer for us poor things. Someone super chatted TMI on Friday claiming that they flag your live streams every day. They are getting desperate. I believe the foul play is going to get worse. I think so too. And I can't control it. Like, people are doing what they want. People are trolls. I think it's kind of a combo. I don't think, whoa. We are seeing some green, folks. AMC popping. Here we go. Next target. The current intraday high of 39.53. We are at 38.78. GME just made a new intraday high at 183.47. Looks like it's continuing. SPY trying to climb back up. IWM also trying to climb back up, get above right here. But going back to this, so someone super chatted TMI on Friday claiming that they flag my live stream every day. I feel bad for that person. I really do. Because like, obviously something negative is going on in their life, or nothing's going on in their life at all, if that's their top concern. If they wake up every morning and they're like, I need to flag Matt Kohrs, like, I honestly feel for them. That's not a good way to be. Like, my heart goes out to that person that this has now become their life. Because overall, like, there are such an immense amount of content creators out there. Everyone, you should do what you want. Be happy. Like, holding on to anger, all it does is it makes you just, it eats away at you, like as like the core of your person, and it prompts anxiety like across the board. To hold on to that much anger and be that displeased, it's just, sometimes you just gotta cut it out of your life cold turkey. And the fact that if this is or isn't true, and I'm assuming it is true, I don't know why you would say it without it being true. I feel bad for them. I hope they find what they're looking for. I hope they find a bit more happiness, because obviously they're not getting happiness or entertainment or anything from me. I hope they find what they're looking for. My frustration is, okay, whatever, that person can do what they want. My frustration is, how does YouTube let that fly? How does YouTube just be like, oh, okay, no, someone flagged it, so they must be telling the truth? Like, YouTube needs a better system of actually looking into this stuff. Welcome back, Matt. Yes, I do adjust my notifications again for you. They had changed anyways. Maybe the apes need to come up and sign a special sign language the way the algorithms can't do crap. Maybe. Shout out to Joe Miami, AMC Golden Ape. Yeah, it would help you if you're like worried about missing it. If you're subscribed to me, there should be like a bell icon. If you click on that, you could switch it to always, and you should get a notification whenever I post a new piece of content. Wow, new head of SEC enforcement was on board of trustees of the New Jersey Public Workers Retirement System and New Jersey Public Workers Pension Fund. Just bought 230,000 AMC shares. Coincidence? I don't think so. Shout out to JM. What's going on? Matt, you should have a mustache contest with Trey. Who can wear one better in the spirit of the cause? That would actually be really funny. I'd have to talk to him about it, but I think that'd be hilarious. In my opinion, more good you do for the community, the more targeted you are. There are literally calls of violence on other channels with no interruptions. Talked about audits of big banks by Fed Reserve, including Citadel, listed multiple rules. I'm a newer ape. All right, I'll look into that about Fin Watchdog. You got in trouble is someone said blank made the blank. You read it out loud. I told you on Twitter, but don't read that. But even that, how is that harmful? Like, it very well might be the cause. I don't know what it was I did or didn't say, but it just seems absolutely. And if it was that, okay, Mr. Simmon, he's saying that I said the hedge fund we talk about created the Delta thing that a lot of the world is talking about right now without me saying that. If that is what I said and I somehow got caught up in their algorithm, why not just tell me that? Why not? Why didn't YouTube just say, hey, you said this, it got inappropriately flagged, like it didn't understand the context of what you were saying. Please refrain from saying that. Okay, that's that. That's so easy. Why would YouTube not just send that message along to me? Because I mean, I can fix that. I can fix that very, very, very easily. Boom goes the pillow fight. It rhymes. Isn't as dangerous. uh, it's got to be a handlebar mustache. Oh, brother. Love you, Matt, but I just realized you kind of look like Captain America before the serum. You think maybe you might know who you truly are and got scared before the serum? Oh. Feeling froggy yet? World needs to see the Duck Lord in his new froggy skull cap. Matt, stop being so harmful and dangerous. My wife likes bad boys and she cannot have two boyfriends. Moon Gang. Shout out Gorilla Chimp Champ. Southpaws. We'll break out that frog cap for sure. Matt, what's the deal with July 30th and what Yellen said about the Fed? I don't know anything too special about July 30th. I know AMC has the shareholder meeting on July 29th, but as in this Friday for the 30th, I'll have to look into that all boogie. I heard that Corolla tried to take you down. Crayola. Not financial advice. Shout out Simply Crypto. Red Cloud, I think I just read that. Remember, when you guys post things, there is a slight delay between you posting it and when I actually get it, and then I end up reading like chunks of super chats in reverse order. Do you think people... All right, we did that. Nothing you said or didn't say is an exception for termination. This is a free country. Yeah, it seems oddly against freedom of speech, just by the pure definition of freedom of speech. And I get it. YouTube has their own rules, and it's their platform. And if you don't like it, you can, like, I guess, kick rocks. My issue is not that, like, well, of course I have issues that they seem to be just like making up their own definition of freedom of speech. My issue is that I didn't break their set rules. Their rules, their terms of service, I do not believe I violated them in any form, shape, manner at all. And now it's happened to me twice. That's my issue. I'm trying to play by their game, and it seems like they're just making up their rules when it comes to me and people like TMI and that type of stuff. And so to me, it's like a dual problem. It seems like, what is it? At the most surface level, it seems to be like just a clear violation of freedom of speech. And then beyond that, of like when people are arguing like, well, hang on, it's their platform, they make the rules. I agree with that. It is their platform, and anyone on their platform, if you want to use it, you have to agree to the rules. More so, my issue is I've been playing by their rules and I still got terminated, type of a deal. Welcome back, Matt, to the moon. You're being censored because you're exposing corruption. All of big tech is on it, and with it, the government look into Pelosi stock investments. Why Wish, GME, AMC trade the same? I don't understand. I don't think Wish is really too tied to AMC and GME. Sometimes we see correlations, but it could be the overall market. Like right now, look at AMC. Look how similar it is to IWM. It seems like a lot of small cap stocks are just being tracked right now with the Russell 2000. This is the overall ship, and then AMC is more of a speedboat off of that big mega ship. But this seems to be the driving force right now with these small cap stocks. Actually, look how close AMC was making to a new intraday high. It was 2 cents off. Look at that resistance call. So this still blows my mind to the people out there who don't like technical analysis. Look how perfect this was. It was off by 2 cents. So I guess it's not the definition of perfect. But how did I know this resistance level? It's not a fancy mathematical formula or literally anything of the sort. I just saw, hey, it got rejected there at 938. I wonder if it's going to act as resistance again. So I drew a fancy schmancy horizontal line. People like to overcomplicate technical analysis, and it doesn't have to be. Like the most simple form of technical analysis can be a huge, huge help. Look at IWM. I saw it was rejected there also at 938, and I drew it there, and that's where it was rejected just now. Technical analysis, I don't care what anyone says. I have the evidence in front of you right now that it is a very, very powerful, useful tool that can help you save a lot of money and help you make a lot of money. For anyone telling you that like you shouldn't be doing technicals or looking at the chart, that's how you get better fills. That's how you make a better position. It's how you really want your risk to reward in a like reasonable, solid, useful, overall positive to your P&L manner. Everyone should be doing technicals. Everyone, even if you don't want to actively use it, you should learn it because so many other people talk about it and they're placing their trades on it. So you want to know what the public at large is actually doing. But Yellen said something about the Fed having to issue to raise the national debt cap by July 30th, or they will take extreme measures or something. You may have more wrinkles. All boogie. I will look into that and I'll come back to you. But anyway, Wish, I would not classify Wish in the same category of AMC and GME. There might be something going on with the shorts. It might be something discussed on Wall Street Bets, but I'm telling you, Wish does not have the same community support as AMC and GME do. So if you're in it, awesome. I'm just telling you, don't get too greedy. If you're making money, I'm happy for you all. Like, I want everyone here to be making money. And I'm not one of these people that tells you can only be trading AMC and or GME. The game's about making money. And for me, in a very selfish manner, I know that if you can make a ton of money on Wish, Clove, MVIS, whatever, and then you end up pouring back into AMC and GME with that extra profit, I know that benefits me. So in a very selfish manner, I want everyone listening right now to make as much money as you possibly can. That, like, why would I be against that? Because that benefits me. You making money and then ending up putting it in investments that I happen to be in, well, that makes me more money then. So literally, in a selfish manner, I want you to make as much money as possible. Why would I not? We are setting up on the old Dutch tulip. I see a lot of people calling it out, and it almost brings a tear to my eye. We have the Dutch, we have the tulip. Some people that are not hip with the lingo like to call this a cup and handle, basically a big U followed by a smaller U, which has a higher low. So big U, little U, third test, explosion upwards. We are setting up for a very, very, very interesting day. You're back. I guess my plans didn't work. I guess it's round 3. Michael Rodriguez. It's not some random person flagging you. It's the shorts who are desperate to shut us down. Don't be naive. Dirty tricks are going to get worse. I would in no way be surprised if you are right. I don't think we've seen the worst yet. I mean, this, in my opinion, this is how it went. And I'm going to group Trey into this first part because I think Trey and we experienced this simultaneously. At first, well, let me rewind. Weeks ago, Trey on Charles Payne, his number one concern was infiltration. Couple weeks after that, there was clearly a coordinated attack on Trey and myself across various forms of social media. And you know the main forms of social media, but all it was FUD. People were spreading lies, massive amounts of views, likes, upvotes. People, all they were doing was lying. They were trying to prompt division. And then from there, it got notched up to the next level where at one point early last week, after social media attacks and the clear goal was division, they took it to the next level on the actual platform. They took TMI down. Not long after that, I was taken down for the second time. Okay, here's the tinfoil hat. Here is my tinfoil hat. Yes. Is there a probability that this was all just insanely coincidental and there's really nothing going on? Yeah, that is a possibility. But as the old adage goes, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Do I, from a legal standpoint, have the smoking gun evidence that there's a coordinated attack from someone out there? Is it hedge funds? Is it hedge funds with a bunch of keyboard warriors? Is it just keyboard warriors? Is it a collusion effort? Have these keyboard warriors been paid off by hedge funds? I do not have that smoking gun evidence. It's a theory of mine. It's an opinion of mine. But as this goes on and as the attacks get more and more severe, folks, I have gotten death threats. I have been doxxed. I have been deplatformed. I have been attacked and pulled over like the hottest coals of the internet. And it's not just me. It's your other creators too. I don't have that smoking gun evidence, but when you look at it all, like, it seems to really add up that something is going on in the background that is beyond malicious. All it is in intentional malicious attacks. And I don't know. It's insanity. But like, if you look at the last week and a half, if it doesn't strike you that something odd is going on, I don't know what to tell you, because to me, there's too many things going on for it to be a coincidence. AMC 39, we're looking to build out this cup and handle. Cup handle looks strong. IWM looks strong. GME looks strong. The only thing that's going flat right now is the S&P 500. I have a feeling that this is more of people are hesitant before all of the actual big tech earnings announcements coming out this week. Matt, can you explain the DTTC controlling the squeeze in order to prevent the market from crashing? Thanks. I don't think I can, because I don't think they're attempting to control the squeeze. That's not how I personally interpret that rule. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, it's more of a fail-safe and allowing particular parties to use shares they own as collateral to prevent a market crash. But I don't think that necessarily connects to controlling the squeeze, because I don't think an AMC squeeze will crater the market. It could. I just don't think we're at that level, because remember, look at its market cap. As of now, you have to keep in mind that 19 billion in the terms of the overall market, which is 50 trillion. Remember, that is a drop in the bucket. So this concept of controlling a squeeze, I'm not really buying it, because it still does come down to the most innate axiom, the most innate truth. It's all based on supply and demand. If there is a massive amount of demand, AMC will not only rocket, but it will rocket sky high. This rule cannot in any way stymie demand. It cannot stymie supply. How many people want to buy? How many people want to sell at any given price level? That's the most innate truth of the stock market. It truly, truly is. Some people, you can point out very specific things of, well, hang on, Matt, you're saying supply and demand is the most innate truth, but I'm hearing about all this delayed order stuff. Well, yeah, no, I posted a video on it. Citadel caught. Do I admit that Citadel has been caught for delaying orders? Yes, I do. Do I think that they could be doing it now? Yeah, I would say so. But please understand the time frame at which they are delaying orders. It is delaying orders, but some people would like you to believe that it's by multiple days. It's not. What they've been caught for, and what there's evidence for, is that they've been delaying orders to the tune of a couple minutes, like a handful. Like, it's still bad. That is still horrifically bad. It is still illegal. It still messes with the market, but it doesn't. Over the course of a squeeze, if it lasts 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, how many ever days it ends up lasting, it still comes down to an immense amount of buying pressure. They can't sweep that much buying pressure under the rug. It's just simply too overwhelming. You can't do that. If you want, yeah, you could attempt to hide it or push some of it off to the tune of a couple minutes at maximum. That's what we have evidence of, but that's pretty much it. And if you have people hitting the buy button, just smashing the buy button over and over and over and over again over the course of days, you're not going to hide that. You are not going to hide that. And that's good. We don't want them to be able to hide that, because we want the market to function in a manner that's close to how it should, or honestly, we want the market to function perfectly, and we will at least accept very, very close to that. This concept of them being able to delay orders by multiple days, that's FUD, and that's going to scare a lot of people. That's going to be like, well, if they can do that, if they have that much, I guess, unchecked power over their overall market, that will scare away many, many people, not just from AMC and GME, but from the market at large. So to push that rhetoric, I think that's very unhealthy for the ape nation, because it's not true. There's no evidence of it. I shouldn't say it's not true. I should say that there's no actual evidence of it at all. And I just think it's going to spread too much fear, and people are going to be like, well, if they can do that, I don't even want to be part of this potential play then. And I want you to understand, is there evidence of delaying orders? Yes, but it's not to the meaningful time that people are trying to get you to believe. And with it, am I an expert? No. The only thing I'm an expert on is duck-based fashion, tiger-based fashion. That's the only thing in this world I'm an expert on. You know who is an expert on dark pools and payment for order flow and stock market plumbing? Dave Lauer. Exactly why I'm doing an official full-fledged interview with him this week, so we all get the answers from a credible source, someone who has worked directly in the industry at Citadel, and since then has become a spokesperson to the government, to the SEC committees, to like at large. He's speaking out about what Citadel does and how they abuse the system. The fact that he took his career, quit his career, and then actively started speaking out against them, he has my trust. He might not have your trust, but he has my trust, because to throw away your career like that and then to be one of the most outspoken people against the industry you just woke in and to actively push for market fairness and transparency. I believe he's even building a product that helps us get the same set of data that all these hedge funds have. His actions and his words all align that he's clearly against what Citadel does. AMC pushing that level of 40, about to get the first major breakout of the day. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken Yahtzee dinner. First major breakout of the day. Let's go. Boom goes the dynamite. Has to make you feel some sort of way. Volume picking up. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Exciting, exciting, exciting. AMC ripping, pop goes the weasel. It's Matt Kohrs or nothing, Abe Strong. Did you see Kenny G cries in the fetal position when he sees the guy in a duck shirt forwarding his plans? Rock on, Duck Lord, AMC to the moon. The scariest part is the power these platforms have, and they use it to get their and their rich friends' advantage. Them not reaching out to you says it all. Use squeeze share cost to determine market cap. Yeah, but the issue with that is the squeeze share cost is like impossible to calculate. Cowards with a keyboard. These little men would run and hide in real life. I feel sorry for them. They have to wake up as themselves every day. Like I said, I hope they get what they are looking for in this life, because they're not going to find any satisfaction in just spreading lies about me, about Trey, about your other creators. They're not going to find true satisfaction in reporting me. Like, folks, I've risen from the ashes twice now. I am the undefeated 2-for-2 YouTube termination champ. Some faceless profile just reporting me because that's like what they like to do. Like, it's obviously a waste of time. Some dude for capital gains tax, you definitely need to talk to a CPA about that. I cannot give financial advice. I cannot give tax advice. I cannot give legal advice. I can give fashion advice, and I can give relationship advice. I can give workout advice, diet advice, but definitely cannot give legal, financial, or tax advice. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's going to get banned from YouTube. My option chain on multiple platforms, E-Trade, Webull, are not loading. I'm reaching out to support, but anybody else have these issues? Mine are loading, and this is Webull's charting platform, but I can see the ones that expire this week. Here we go, folks. Buckle up, buckle up, buckle up. Matt and Trey as leaders will be huge targets if they go down. We just know we're winning, buy and hold. I see what you're saying, but please, I need to make this explicitly clear. Trey and I are not leaders. This is your trade as much as it's my trade. You should not be basing your trades on my trade. We're here to explain the scenario and point you in the direction of our data sources, maybe explain something in a way you haven't heard before so you can better wrap your head around it. But we are not leaders in any way. You should have confidence in this trade yourself. If you don't be in the trade. This is your trade as much as it's my trade. I can shine a little bit of light and explain things to the best of my ability on things that I see happening and not happening, and try to explain stuff. And it's more of stock market commentary, but I am not your leader. I'm just another person in the trenches with you, and I'm in it because I think there could be a squeeze and I think it can make me a lot of money. But more importantly, I like the message we are sending to Wall Street, and I'm happy to just be another member of the community who's trying to fight for stock market transparency and fairness. Matt, can you please go into and explain off-exchange exchanges like Citadel Connect? Please ask Mr. Lauer about this. I believe it is being used to suppress without having to report and bypass the normal dark pool reporting rules. So first of all, I'm not too familiar with this concept of not having to report. It seems like there is a lot of pushback on that concept. It sounds like dark pool trades are still reported. So off exchange means it's just not on a lit exchange. So an example of a lit exchange is a normal exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, IEX. There's about 14 normal exchanges. Off exchange, OTC, is anything that is off exchange. There are two major types of off exchange trading. First are dark pools, also known as ATS, alternative trading system. We also have this thing known as non-ATS, and that's more of your wholesale brokers, your market makers, and that's going to be your Citadel Securities, your Virtu. So those are the two main other types of tranches. You have lit exchanges that are on exchange, hence on exchange. It is literally an exchange. Then you have dark pools, and then you have non-ATSs. So when people are saying that there's 70+% trading on dark pools, that's not technically accurate because it's 70% off exchange. Do I have a problem with that? Yes, yes, yes. Inherently, off-exchange trading is less regulated. I don't think it's good that a stock such as AMC, 70% of its trading volume is in a less regulated environment. Inherently, with so much trading at such a crazy stock with such considerable size in a less regulated venue, that tells me that it's just increasing the probability for some illegal shenanigans to actually go on. I am not a fan of that in any manner. I do understand inherently why dark pools are a thing. It's just to not disrupt the market with massive orders. It's more of a competitive nature to hide your big buy orders, hide your big sell orders. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't impact the price when they're executed. It doesn't mean that they're not reported. People are trying to connect certain dots that aren't actually there. And once again, you don't have to take my word for it. You could be like, well, hey, Matt, you're a 27-year-old. How could you possibly have expertise on dark pools or payment for order flow? And I'll tell you, I am not an expert, but I am willing to bring an expert on so we get the answers, so we don't just have to arbitrarily ourselves try to decide of like, oh, are we going to trust that one or trust that one? Because I heard this on Twitter, but I read this on Reddit, and then I saw some video on YouTube, and all three of them are saying different things. I get how confusing it is because it is a very complex, intricate, complicated system. So I think the easiest way for me to shift through, and I shouldn't say sift through, all the information that we're getting from endlessly on all four sources of social media is to bring an expert on and point blank ask the questions. This will be very much, Mr. Lauer, thank you for coming on. You used to work at Citadel. Why can we trust you now? What is a dark pool? Are dark pool trades reported? Do they influence stock price? What is payment for order flow? What is Citadel Connect? Why are people right in assuming that payment for order flow can hinder a squeeze? In your opinion, are dark pools good or bad? How can high frequency trading take advantage of dark pools? Payment for order flow. Should we all go through the lengths to use a brokerage that isn't on payment for order flow? Right there, all those questions were ones that were already submitted on the Twitter thread. I want this to be a discussion and interview for all of you for this. Those are questions. So I tweeted out previously, like it was yesterday, I'm interviewing Dave Lauer. Let me know your questions. Right there, that's not all of the questions I was asked, but that's just kind of the general gist of how this conversation is going to go. If you have a very specific question of a dark pool or payment for order flow or their interconnection or anything about it, let me know in that Twitter thread. I'm reading every single comment, and the ones that I see being asked the most are the ones I'm going to ask Dave. That interview is coming out this week, and you will be able to have your questions answered and at least heard by a literal expert in the field. $1 for each of Kenny's cheeks. I'm saying that it's outside of a dark pool, does not get reported to FINRA. That's the current theory. Wait, if it's outside of, so as in a market maker, those are still reported. I mean, I could show you the website. It's otctransparency.finra. All those trades are still reported. I don't know of a venue where trades are not reported. Hey, Matt, I'm the guy whose 2007 Subaru broke down during the March 19th GME. Just a word to tell you, Subaru doing great, and that I really respect what you've done. Don't give up. Still holding 2,000 GME shares and 4,500 AMC shares to the moon. I don't forget you at all. I remember the Subaru saga. I'm happy that you're holding strong, and I very, very fingers crossed for you that your position right there makes you immensely wealthy. Can you explain NSCC 2021-010? Do you think simmering like that will be passed? Simmering like that. Just me. I do not think, I think it will be passed. Maybe there'll be some slight changes here and there. Yes, I do think it will be passed, but I don't think it's a golden bullet type scenario. I don't think it's a magic bullet, and that's what we need. If anything, I just think it stops the market from potentially cratering in certain scenarios. Citadel Connect is not a dark pool. It's a ping pool. It is considered an alt exchange, and they do not report volume to FINRA. So, okay, specific to Citadel Connect, it's funny. It's Citadel loves to argue that Citadel Connect is not a dark pool. Like they love to argue it. There's been an article. I'll talk about it this afternoon on the Tokenist. Citadel Connect. The only thing saying it's not a dark pool is Citadel, but everything else about it, it really, really looks like it's a dark pool, like across the board. It has every telltale sign of a dark pool. They're just like, nah, we're not a dark pool. Right here, numerous reliable reports suggest Citadel Connect is indeed a dark pool. Interestingly enough, however, Citadel Connect is not registered as an ATS. Remember, ATS, alternative trading system, that means dark pool. Nor does it report its trading volume to FINRA, which is overseen by the SEC. Unlike Apogee, Connect is not classified as an alternative trading system and does not report volumes to FINRA. The market maker itself refers to Connect as an off-exchange trading or immediate or cancel IOC platform. Among its offerings are the following features: Deep, Unite, blah, 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 blah. So I see that it's saying, I see what you're saying of it's not reporting volume to FINRA, and I'm reading that myself. I have to agree with you because that's exactly what it's saying. But I'm almost wondering, is there another entity that trading volume is reported to, or is FINRA the end-all be-all for volume reporting? I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. These features align with the purpose of dark pools. However, SEC Chair Gary Gensler differentiated between dark pools and off-exchange wholesalers, observing that That leaves about 38%, most of which was executed by off-exchange wholesalers. Just 7 wholesalers account for the vast majority of this group. Within the off-exchange market maker space, we're seeing a concentration. One firm has publicly stated that it executes nearly half of all retail volume. I would have to assume that's in reference to Citadel Securities. As a significant and growing share of retail orders are routed to a small concentration group of wholesalers, certain market makers have more data than others. Citadel Securities, Virtu. They have a duopoly. They have an asymmetric information advantage. We have seen it in many other parts of our economy. A few central actors gain advantage through the increasing use of data, whether in search, e-commerce, or in this case, the data from transaction flows. So right there, the fact that Citadel Securities owns and operates Citadel Connect, which is a dark pool, but they're not calling it a dark pool, and it is not filed as a dark pool. Apparently, they do not have to report trading volume to FINRA. Now, what does that mean? What does that not mean? Great, right there. I'll ask Dave. I will ask Dave Lauer that. I'll be like, hey, we're hearing about this. Like, I know they're saying it's not a dark pool, but it has every telltale sign of a dark pool. And because they've registered it as not a dark pool, they're not reporting this volume. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for the market? Because this isn't just a small, benign entity. It is controlling a huge amount of retail volume. Texas hodling strong. Help, trying to set a sell order for some of my AMC at 1,500 will not let me. I'm on Webull. Something is fishy. Jim, sometimes they just don't let you set it if it's that far away from the current price. Like, it might only let you go like X percentage away from the current price. That's some brokerages have rules like that. Other ones don't. Oh, hey, Mark. I read Dark Pools by Scott Patterson this weekend. I recommend it to everyone. It builds a fundamental understanding of dark pools and high frequency trading. Once again, that is the book Dark Pools by Scott Patterson. Shout out Ducky Financials. Matt, what's the normal short interest number we should be looking for during this to know the shorts have covered? And is there anything else to watch? Well, you can watch for it. Depends. I mean, there's not a perfect answer per person or per thing. For example, you might be looking for the reported short interest to go to 0. You might be looking for it to drop below 5%, which it would be more of like a normal stock then. I mean, there's certain stocks like Apple that have a short interest below 1%. So that comes to you of how would you personally classify it as shorts covering. Unfortunately, there is no way I know of that tells you definitively when naked shorts have covered. Would I personally love the satisfaction of holding until naked shorts cover, all naked shorts cover? 100%. But as of now, I'm not even talking about like a T2 delay of like, oh, we don't know it real time. I'm talking about period. Even with the delay, I know of no data source that tells us when naked shorts cover. So if that's your goal, I mean, I wish you Godspeed, but I just don't know of anything that actually reports that information to us, which makes it kind of tough to know of when you'll actually exit the trade then. Citadel Connect is a dark pool. They just wanted to sound fancy and say it's not. It's like Dodge saying that they've never had an electric car company when we all know that's where it is headed. Shout out to Just Me. Hi, it's your favorite options trader. Again, in my opinion, the largest issue is dark pool's inherent delay of price reporting affects the NBBO up to 24-hour delay, and it's very unfair to retail. I see what you're saying there, but with this delay thing, remember, Stephanie Kemmerman said that that's how it works, but Dave Lauer said, no, that's not how it works. So we're still kind of looking for what is true in that scenario. I don't know who is right in that particular scenario. Coral, hey Matt, saw the unboxing. Glad you dig the Corolla. Dirty. Not Diablo is my last name. Not Spicy. The channel is our OOAK Life. Thanks, bro. Okay. Carl Diebold. I hope, is it just Diebold? I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. I actually have it right by me now because I know I wanted to shout out. So here's the seasoning. I appreciate that. I wanted to shout you out today, and that's why I had it right by me. Check out that channel, our OOK Life, OOAK Life. I also got an official ape membership card. So shout out. Thank you, Carl. Any thoughts on SOS hitting $3 based off of the 1 minute chart today? Not financial advice. SOS, isn't that a crypto play? SOS Limited, like a crypto miner. Any chance on it hitting $3? I mean, it could, but I haven't been paying attention to SOS. I know crypto had a very nice bounce on some potential rumors that Amazon might be accepting crypto as an official payment. So it might run. I mean, it was at $3 on July 22nd, so it's totally possible. But for your question of it hitting it today, like, no one can like accurately tell you that. There's just too much randomness involved. All right, let's go to the 3 minute. AMC currently trading at 39.50. GME at just below 183. IWM, nice run up, double topped at 222, now being sold off to 220.80. So IWM, I mean, look how many similarities there are between the Russell 2000 and AMC right now. Clearly, IWM, the Russell 2000, is leading the way, and it seems like AMC is just following it today. Oh, hey Max, what role do SIP and NMSP play in dark pools, lit pools, real-time prices? Like, who is in charge there? And Larson, I don't want to lead you astray, so I'll make sure to ask that with Dave so you can get a official answer. Matt, later could you go over the BTC 1 year chart and explain if its heads and shoulders are bullish or bearish? Shout out to the Risen Duck. I mean, head and shoulders are typically bearish unless you have upside down, and then it's going to be bullish. But we'll definitely take a look at Bitcoin in a little bit. All right. What do we have going on today? I got a message that Virgin Galactic is up 5%. Seems odd. Was looking pretty weak last week. Oh, it's still okay. No, I still think it looks weak overall, in my opinion. Man, IWM, look how, I mean, honestly, these three things, GME, AMC, and IWM, the top right, the top left, and the bottom left, they're all the same thing, but one is an overall index, one is a movie theater chain, and the other is a e-commerce for esports store. Ridiculous. They are all exactly the same. They're all being traded the same, not only by retail, hedge funds, big banks, pension funds, but also, probably most importantly, high frequency traders are treating them all as the exact same. After the squeeze, make sure you apply for portfolio margin. You will have enough capital, and it's a game changer. What are the overall tax rate on profits? Does it vary state by state in the USA, or is there a universal rate throughout? Well, you'll have a different state tax rate because that's your income. But in terms of federal, like federal is going to be the same across the board. Well, actually, that's not even true. Capital gains tax it's not a thing in Puerto Rico. So I can't even say that. So that's why, depending on where you are, whether it's your state or even your country at large, talk to a certified like public accountant. Good stuff. Hey, Matt, going to the music festival this weekend, taking a flag with a message relaying to AMC on it. Any ideas of what to put? Oh, I just put a giant rocket ship, I would say. Some huge space-themed rocket ship. Magically magnetized. Her Twitter is full of craziness. Did you just kind of say you're the Duck Phoenix of YouTube? Could them holding orders stymie the squeeze on a small scale just when we saw a large breaking point? Moon Man. Okay, that's a good question. I think something to think through and ask. We need a mod no channel somewhere to ban Crapstory. All right, what is going on? Oh, a bunch of bots. Bots. Bunch of bots. Here be jammin'. I am Cobalt. Shout out Dave, J Mar, Marcy, Cosmic, M. Good morning. Whoa, AMC fighting back. There we go, folks. There we go. Nice upward trend line. It's a beaut. Clark. It is a beaut. AMC trying to push right back above 40. It's at 39.75 right now. All right. So I just got the message from Fox. It is full steam ahead today. We are going on around 2:24 Eastern time. So right before the half hour mark, around, I don't know, 2:20, 2:25, 2:30, somewhere in that range. But going back on and excited to talk to him, excited to explain what is going on. Excited. Excited. So we'll be doing that. So obviously that has implications on this afternoon stream. The afternoon stream will start right after I'm done with Fox, just so everyone knows. So I will be doing this morning stream for a little bit longer, just to give you guys your daily fill of a duck guy. Hey Matt, I desperately need some fashion advice. Which crochet shorts should I be girlfriend's parents? I really like an impression. Mark, this is a great question. Just any classic colors, like if you have a nice black, gray. If you go to a barbecue, like white could impress, but you have to be a very clean eater for that. But I mean, I'm a graphic kind of a guy. I wear blacks, I wear whites, I wear grays. I like to keep it basic like that. I guess if I'm gonna wear something loud, it's gonna be a tiger shirt. It's gonna be a duck shirt. I love that. What's going on, Mark? DM me on Twitter about making your own personal music. You were Hags YouTube wrongfully terminated. You're right after we spoke. Moon Gang. All right, Alexander, I'll have to pop back into that. I mean, as you can imagine, there was, I don't know, the weekend was just insanity trying to get answers out of YouTube, just trying to get it all figured out. AMC and SPC following each other today. SPCE. Not really. It looks like SPCE looks more similar to GME today, in fact. But if I'm seeing strong similarities, it's between the Russell 2000 and AMC right now, just on like an intraday basis. Yeah, I will check out DD for you. Let me log in really quick over here. So shares on loan, free float on loan. The free float on loan, percentage of the free float on loan is 5.83%. It doesn't seem to be that highly shorted, at least according to Ortex. Speaking of Ortex, let's quickly check this out. AMC, they've already borrowed almost $500,000 against it, short interest of 14.86%. In terms of GME, they've borrowed 230 against it, short interest of 15.33%. So both AMC and GME have been borrowed against today. Unfortunately. Well, honestly, it just raises the proverbial ceiling of where this thing could explode to, the more and more betting against it. As we see, honestly, this concept of the short interest increasing and the stock not getting beaten down, if the short interest increases and the stock goes sideways or even better up, that's phenomenal. That means that we're putting more gunpowder in the keg, and the shorts, that selling pressure, we're obviously just kind of like brushing it off to the side. And it does, like I said, if it's a balancing act. You want short interest because it's the analogy of gunpowder in the keg. It raises the ceiling of where we could explode to, but you don't want so much that it ends up being too much selling pressure and it stops the explosion altogether. It's very much a balancing act. Do we want some short interest? Of course we want it, because we want the shorts to get squeezed. So we don't want them to disappear without the shorts explode, like without the short squeeze actually occurring. But like I said, it's a balancing act because you don't want so much that it just represents way too much supply and it just drives the price down. So it's that very weird balancing act. Hey, Matt, are you being interviewed today? Yeah, I will be going on. I'm being told around 2:24. So around the half hour mark, 2:20, 2:25, 2:30 Eastern time, I will be on Making Money with Charles Payne. And we're going to be talking about, Ape Nation stuff. We're going to be talking about ape stuff. You guys know how it goes. Fudd Swatter Foster was claiming verification was on something evidenced by the hacks on his CPU. I do remember his hack thing. Welcome back. Stay fearless. You're an inspiration to many new and old traders. I learned so much from listening to you. AMC to the moon. Happy Pappy. Went on a first date this weekend. When it came time to seal the deal, I looked in her eyes and just said, just calm down. It worked. She loved it. Kept the great relationship advice. Keep it coming. P.S. I took your advice. I've been ignoring my children all weekend. They look really hungry and dehydrated, but I'm holding strong. 24K watching. Let's get some likes. Come on, guys. Thank you. Hey, yeah, I would appreciate it. It does help out with the algorithm if you guys want more people in here. If not, if you only have so many thumb clicks in a day, hey, that's cool. I just hope that you're having a good time. If there are 40 plus dark pools, can buy orders potentially be ping-ponging between all 40 to stall them? Can they be... Well, it depends on your type of order. Like if you have a market order, it's going to get filled almost instantaneously. But if you have a buy order, you're just looking for somewhere for someone to fill you at what your like sitting limit order is. It depends on the order. Please say to Charles, apes are around the world. Will do. Hi, Dangerous Matt. I strongly advise to watch the interview of YouTuber Randall Cornett, how naked shorts get kicked down the road. Love your DD. Well, there are various ways they can get kicked down the road, and one of the biggest issues is just fails to deliver, not being actually fixed, or even worse, they're hiding them. Remember, naked shorts are a type of fail to deliver. There are actually various ways that brokers and market makers have even more ways that they can kick the can down the road than a prime broker. Both entities, the creation of naked shorts, both can create naked shorts, but it's kind of functionally different when a prime broker does it versus a market maker. Both have certain loopholes that they can abuse to kick the can down the road, and market makers have even more. Bro, stop referring to firearms, gunpowder, and explosions. Big brother gonna take you away again. But even that, I mean, to me, I should, if I want to say, this is like the Meet the Fockers movie. When he's just like, he's like, bomb, 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 bitty, bomb, 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 bomb. I should be able to say firearms, gunpowder, explosions all the time. Like that's not breaking terms of service. That is not calling for violence. That should not be an issue. Most inherently, it's freedom of speech. And on top of that, even in YouTube's overall platform, you can say that. Nowhere does it say you can't say firearms, gunpowder, explosion. Like, I am still within the overall like rules and terms of service of this platform. And it's just, I don't know, something else has to be going on because I'm not breaking any terms of service. It would be one thing if they're like, no, you broke this rule. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, give me a warning, give me a strike. I've never had a warning. I've never had a strike or anything. All I've had are 2 channel terminations and no explanation of why. There are legit channels that talk about guns. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are many channels who do gun reviews or like whatever. It's just content. People talk about guns. Like, you're allowed to do that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Can you take a look at BBBY trading between 29 and 34? What are your thoughts? Not financial advice. BBBY. BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. I would look for the breakout above 30.35 to, and well, if you're in it now, you could risk the Friday's low at 28.55. It does look strong. It looks like we put in a higher low. I'd be looking for this breakout, and then my next test would be 32. 32 is a noteworthy resistance, and from there, I'd be paying attention to 35. The risk reward setup it's a decent one. I have no BBY position, but I would be bullish on it. It's not an amazing chart, but it's still a pretty good chart favoring the bulls in my humble opinion. Say hi to Charles for me. Good luck. I'll be like, hey Charles, before we get into this interview, I just want you to know that Cheeto says hi. And then all of a sudden you'll hear him talk. He'll be like, cut the feed. No, seriously, yeah, I know we're live. No, cut the feed. Cut the feed. I feel like that's what would occur if I said, hi, Mr. Payne. Cheeto says hi. All right. AMC still holding. Looks like a beaut. Looks like a beaut. Looks like a beaut. SPY coming back. Would love to see IWM coming back. We're starting to see a little bit of divergence between AMC and IWM. In fact, AMC is just holding stronger. AMC currently up 7% on the day. Tell him Kinky Kong says hi. Hello, Matt Danger. My granddaughter wants to know if you know Henry Danger on Nick. Matt's duck suspenders. Let her know, please, that Henry Danger is who I model my career off of. Please pass that message along from me. Can you recap us for what happened on the solution you two have? Sorry, you just got it for the day. Apes hold and show me the money. Oh, brother. Yeah, so very quick recap. I was terminated. They said I broke their rules, terms of service. They identified me as harmful and dangerous. And then it basically for them became a PR shitstorm on Twitter. I mean, free Matt Kohrs was trending. It was a whole thing for them. And they're like, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. Actually, in fact, I could show you. Like, this is their official response. I have not gotten an extra response from them or anything behind closed doors. Like, what you see publicly is their actual response to me. This was a mistake by a reviewer. The policy mistakenly applied led to automatic termination. We hate that mistakes can happen, but we work as quickly as we can to resolve them when we are made aware. Appreciate your understanding. Dropped our other reply. And their other reply, this was a mistake by our review team and your channel has been reinstated. We are so sorry for the frustration that this has caused. We have shared feedback to prevent similar mistakes in the future. We really appreciate your patience while we sorted it out. And what's weird is like they're like, oh, we're like super sorry, like just a mistake. Like, you understand that we can like just accidentally terminate an entire channel. Like, ooh, sorry about that. But what someone pointed out to me that's kind of interesting is, yeah, I got my channel back, but all weekend, if you searched Matt Kohrs, none of my videos actually came up. So did I get my channel back? Yeah. Was I shadow banned all weekend? 100%. You searched Matt Kohrs and none of my videos were there. It was all videos about Matt Kohrs, or they tagged Matt Kohrs, or somehow they mentioned my name in the video, but none of my actual videos were there. So yeah, my channel was reinstated, but then for them to ask as if it's like, oh, like no harm, no foul, like you got it back, like don't be upset. No, there are actually like lasting damages from it. It's just ridiculous. Hello, Mork. I did not say hi. Kinky Kong 8 babe. Oh, one thing that I don't want to spend too long on it because I don't want it to, I guess, like get worse. Over the weekend, it came to light that, and I'm not saying that this is the only problem, but one particular problem was that there have specifically been a handful of males in the community who have been acting inappropriately to females within the community. And I get that we joke around a lot, and I want you to understand that on this particular issue, there is no rhyme or reasoning, and I want to be explicitly very, very serious here. Do not be inappropriate. I don't care about your gender. I don't care about your race. I don't care about anything. Be a decent human being and actively, like, don't be a piece of shit. It comes, do not be inappropriate. It's that simple. It's come to light that some men have been, their actions towards specifically females in this community, and I'm sure it happens, but this is just what happened over the weekend. If you find yourself in that camp, you, in my opinion, have two options. Either apologize and be better, or do not be a part of this community. In my eyes, those are your two simple solutions. Apologize and be better, or leave. For me specifically, I can't speak for other creators, but if you're going to continue with those types of actions, there is literally no space for you in my Moon Gang community, because it's just not, you're a shit person, but beyond that, like, you're causing drama, you're taking away from the cause. Like, it's just not a good way to be. And what it does within the world of trading and stock markets and finance and what's going on, women are already underrepresented, and behavior such as that makes the issue even worse. It's part of the reason why women are underrepresented, because they don't want to be in a group that they're treated like that. And I don't blame them. Like, I understand why that happens. So the solution isn't for them to be like, well, it's just part of the game, how the game is played, and you have to like suck it up, buttercup. No, The solution is whether you're a guy, girl, or anything. This argument can be applied to any difference that people like to point out and somehow utilize across the board. No, it's to treat another person like an actual human. So that's my comment on that. I don't want anyone to be thinking that like, oh, I'm like not going to talk about it. I actually feel very, very passionate about it because I, once again, want everyone, I want the community to grow, but I don't want it to happen at the risk of we're only growing because people feel uncomfortable. We should be growing because everyone is truly happy to be a member of this particular community. Hey man, glad to see you were back. We'll always have your back. Just bought 15 more shares. Missed that beautiful smile. G Villa, what's going on? Glad you're back. When shorts start to cover, could they just not cover their entire position on a dark pool to lock them all in at the current market price? No, because remember, covering that mass amount on a dark pool will still impact the price. You cannot cover 90 plus million shares without it going unnoticed. It will have an impact on the market at large. They terminated your account to shift the tweets from dark pool corruption, dark pool abuse to free Kohrs. We need to focus on dark pools again. I think dark pools are definitely an interesting thing to talk about, and I think there are nefarious aspects of a dark pool that need to be fixed. In my opinion, though, and maybe it's a bit too general and you'll be like, oh, duh, like obviously we would fix that first. If I had a magic wand right now and could fix something, I think one of the most detrimental aspects to our current market system is the duopoly of market makers. Citadel Securities and Virtu, it's too much power concentrated in too few of players. And from there, like I said, it is general because like obviously they deal with dark pools, they interact with dark pools. So like maybe you're just being a bit more specific, which is fair. But just in general right now, if I had to articulate what I perceive to be one of the most detrimental aspects of our current market system, it is too much power is concentrated in too few of players, namely the duopoly of Citadel Securities and Virtu. And then from there, it spins off into payment for order flow, dark pools. Like obviously the conversation gets a bit more detailed, but that's what I would personally perceive to be like a literal risk to the market at large. Yo, Matt, my girlfriend's boyfriend was making fun of me because I was getting emotional during your thank you video. Why do you do that to me, bro? That was not my intent. I just wanted to let my community, you people watching right now, my supporters, to know kind of what was going on and for you to know my opinions on everything. No one man should have all that power. Kanye West. Kanye West with his stock market commentary years before it became, I guess, mainstream. I'd like to hear that and think. I reminded him of that. What's going on, 8Babe? Well, Matt, Rance, Jimmy, and AMC Rip. Preach and glad you're back. Lots of respect. Shout out Ryan. Firearms, gun explosions. Do you know how absolutely wild it would go if imagine the scenario in which between now and my Charles Payne interview, I get terminated again. I think there would be such an immense amount of repercussions across the board. Matt, can we get a old brother? Old brother. Of course you can. Of course you can. All right, all right. GME at just below 181. AMC holding on to this pattern of higher lows. We are building up very strong wedge Looking for this breakout at 40.50, and I want a run from there up to 42, the top end of this resistance. We want to build up the momentum, and then we want to continue on the momentum. But as of now, honestly, we're up almost 8%, 7.8% right now, right at this clear technical and psychological resistance of $40. We are looking strong AF today, team. Thanks for representing our team, Matt. Joe Not, more than happy to. Oh brother. I saw one Twitter comment be like, hey, I'm like happy Matt got his channel back and all, but I think he says oh brother too much. And I was like, man, you must be a new supporter, because that's like my thing. Oh brother. All right, AMC 40. Let's get this pushed to 40.50. Hopefully we get a double bounce on IWM off of 220. Even if it goes sideways, I would be fine with it. I just don't want the Russell 2000 to drag AMC down. But AMC is deviating from everything, and it's just doing its own thing today. The Dave Lauer interview is not today. As of now, it is penciled in for tomorrow. The question is, will it be a recorded interview that I post, or will it be a live interview in tomorrow's afternoon session? Those are the two possibilities, but we're still looking to get that interview out tomorrow. Your thank you video also almost made me cry. Also, thanks for sticking up for us female apes. You're the best. Can you please adopt a cat like Trey? You would be a great cat dad. Erica, what's going on? I want to adopt a cat and a dog. I would love to get a little cat, little dog. My current place that I live, it's no pets allowed, but the next place that I live, I definitely want to get a cool cat, cool dog, see if they're friends. I want 2 adventure pets. Like, I want to be able to like hike with them and stuff. And I know it's easy to get a certain dog that like super active. It's more so, and I know it's possible with cats. It sounds like you just have to get like the right cat. So it's more of maybe a personality thing, which might involve some luck. But I would love to have like 2 adventure pets. Just running around, running in the Appalachians with a cat and a dog. I think that could be fun. Oh, speaking of running, folks, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but in all of the debacle of everything that was going on, I ended up running a 10K yesterday. I posted it on my Instagram, and I did a live for some proof, but it wasn't a 10 miler. It was a 10K, which I'm told is like 6.2 miles. And I was in no way prepared for it. I was absolutely not prepared for it. I started running, and then just between the stress and anxiety of everything, I just kept running. And before I knew it, I was at 4 miles or something like that. And I was like, well, I might as well just do the 10K, because everyone wants like, so for anyone out there who said you would buy shares of AMC if I run a 10K, I ran a 10K. I posted the proof of it on Instagram. And I've also learned that you shouldn't just run a 10K with no practice. The bottom of my right foot still feels really tingly. Like, I don't have the best sensations in it. And my left ankle feels weird, but I think my run counteracted my like neck pain, because like now it's gone to the other side of my neck. So like it fixed my right neck pain and it just moved to the left side. So that's interesting. But yeah, feel free. Obviously, like we're slowly and surely pivoting into like a fitness guru channel. So my first tip of advice, my little like app running thingy, it said that I burned 800 calories, which I don't know how they know that, but my heart rate tells me I was burning way more. So yeah, if you're not where you want to be physically or even mental health wise, my first suggestion is to spend a year of your life dedicated to a social media platform and a social cultural movement that could forever change the concept of Wall Street and the economy and like the populist investing mindset, get yourself involved in that for half a year, and then have one of the worst week and a halves of your professional life ever. I would say, yeah, like you just have to like really throw yourself into it. Like just get completely ripped on social media and then cap that off with getting deplatformed. Bundle that all up, take that stress and anxiety and just like the fact that you're mentally on tilt, and then just go for a jog, go for a bit of a run. That would be my like health fitness tip one. I think everyone could follow through with that. It sucked. Everything hurts in my body right now. But hey, I at least can say I've never run that far. I've never run that long. It took me about 59 minutes, which is not good. People were like, "Oh, you should have paced yourself." It sucked. It sucked. And I don't know, maybe next time. Hey, got any grapes? Ian, happy birthday, Matt. Matt used Nike Run Club. Seriously amazing. I downloaded an app because I knew people would want proof. The app is Runkeeper is the app I ended up using. I actually bought 2K worth of socks and 3K more the day we talked about it. We knew you had potential. If you get terminated before your interview, then you have to wear one of your new hats on his show. No question. This is why YouTube calls me harmful and dangerous. Good effort. Love the honesty. Matt, Discovery also runs similar chart with GME, AMC, Express, Nokia, BB. I think they all are on the same circuit breaker. Yeah, I mean, that isn't the most, I mean, they all were running very similarly in terms of the sympathy play in late January, early February, just because people who missed the boat on GME were like, let's buy every highly shorted stock, and they ended up behaving in a similar manner. Just because we don't want masochists here, we can say, oh, sister. Machistas. Here you can say, oh, sister. Machistas. Do I know what that is? That's just like a macho dude who like thinks everyone should be macho. Machistas. I'm reading it as masochist. Machoism is a sense of being manly and self-reliant, the concept associated with a strong sense of masculine pride and exaggerated masculinity. I feel like I exude an exaggerated masculinity. I honestly do. I feel like I come on to stream, and men, women, anyone feel free to weigh in on this. I feel like I have the aura or the essence of like, that guy just got done cutting down like half of a forest with an axe. Like, I feel like you guys are probably like, he just got out of his flannel and like, I don't know what he was doing. He was either cutting down a forest with an axe, or he was just single-handedly fixing a vehicle that he found on like broken down on the side of the road, or he was like in the forest hunting with just a knife and like nothing else, like just pure like Rambo Bear Grill style. I feel like that's just kind of like the vibe that everyone's like, oh wow, like, and now he's calming down and like talking about stocks. Matt, remove the resistance lines. I only want supports and magnets, rockets on the chart, some special charting. Oh, brother. Well, it's support now. The resistance became support. So you got your wish. Is the SPY and Dow are both down at close, but AMC is up? Turnaround Tuesday apply to AMC. Turnaround Tuesday is more for the overall market. Like, I don't know if that, it could potentially be a pattern for AMC, but remember with the S&P 500, it has stronger statistical backing when it's down over 1%, and the S&P 500 is actually flat right now. So I don't know if I would call tomorrow turnaround Tuesday, because like you want more of a serious, like, I guess, drop in the S&P 500. Attempting to get you an interview with the founder of Thinkorswim. Oh, Tom. Ask everyone to retweet and request to them. Tom and Tony seem to be on our side. Tom and Tony, I mean, that's how I learned options trading, was from their videos. I like them. I would totally do that. If my call options are in the money, does time decay still apply? Yes. Which Greek is the most important to watch when trading options? Semper Fi. To the moon. They're all important, but I find myself most commonly paying attention to delta and theta, with theta being the main one I'm going to look at. Like, I always find my eyes like looking at that first, and then I kind of watch delta and vega, but they're all important, but theta still does apply to you even if you're in the money. He just stepped out of his Corolla with a latte. Lawyer wrote a big old tweet. Lauer, lawyer. Freudian. The fact that I probably need to talk to a lawyer about what's going on with YouTube. All right, this seems to be a longer thread. Let me read this really quick. Okay, I have a question for folks like blah, 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 and others on here who tweet or write sometimes about payment for order flow and other aspects of retail equity structure. So obviously, retail trades are for the most part getting totally free trades through platforms like Robinhood, etc., blah, blah, blah. But in theory, they could be losing out if stuff like payment for order flow is causing them to get subpar executions. But how big of an issue could this really be? Virtu is one of the biggest players in the space, and its market cap is 4.8 billion. Maybe Citadel Securities would be worth like twice that if it were public. We're obviously not talking about huge cash cow sums here. So what at its core is really the big deal here? Retail traders are getting nominally free trades, and the payment for order flow players aren't really that big as financial markets go. So what is about the practice that merits so much conversation and attention? I lost it. I just wanted to set you up for Lauer's response. Why can't I find it? So the question is like, okay, how much are they actually making? He said, the big deal is simple. Diverting these orders away from exchanges reduces profitability for on-exchange market makers. They widen their quoted spreads accordingly, 25% or more by some estimates. It increases the cost to the entire market. These internalizers then advertise that they are price improving retail orders, but it's against an artificially widened spread. There's also a conflict of interest with payment for order flow and best execution. Payment for order flow and price improvement come with the same issue, come from the same pie. More payment for order flow means less price improvement. So how can brokers who accept payment for order flow claim best execution when other brokers give their clients better execution prices? And Lauer, if you want to read that yourself, he just tweeted it out. It's at DLAUER, and it's talking about how, and we're going to get into this in my interview with him, how one of the main issues with payment for order flow is it widens the spread. And when you're widening the spread, you're making worse prices for the market at all. And then they're kind of undershooting that a bit. And they're like, well, hey, we're better than that. We're improving. It's like, yeah, but you're the one who made it worse. So conceptually, if you make something 10 times worse, and then you're offering a solution that's only 2 times worse, you're like, hey, well, we're actually better by like 8 times. But in reality, without it in general, the market might be better. And that's the argument, is Citadel's going to argue that relative to the current market, that they're offering a better price. But inherently, they're the ones who are making the price at large even worse. So it's like a self-consuming argument. And folks, we're getting this breakout. Like I said, next target 42. Happy B-Day chair. Matt, AMC will close at 48.73 or higher. If I'm right, you're eating broccoli on stream, duck boy. Oh, I just want to show this to you guys. Moon Gang. So, in honor of YouTube, in honor of YouTube being basically a bunch of dicks, we have now come out with a too harmful, too dangerous shirt. Originally, it was harmful and dangerous. This was back in April. And now we've upgraded to too harmful, too dangerous. There's also a discount running. In the afternoon stream, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to give away 5 too harmful, too dangerous shirts because we can. And I think it's funny and I'm immature and it makes me laugh. But I think it's absolutely hilarious what is happening. So too harmful, too dangerous. Afternoon stream, we're going to be giving like away 5 of those shirts. 5 years in Marines, I did a lot of running. 260 pounds, 3 miles was 1820. Breath control is 100% key for me. It was always the left foot, contact left foot, and then out of the third left foot helped a lot. For me, it was always in on, it was in left foot contact help. So I feel like from a cardiovascular perspective, I was good. Like I got kind of winded in the last like kilometer and a half, and I just had to push through that. But it was more physical of like, I just had pain. Like I couldn't feel my left ankle or my right foot. I like this new fired up Matt, bringing nice edge and grit to the stream. New theme song should be Fight the Power by Public Enemy. You ran a 3 mile in 1820 at 260. That's insanely impressive. Happy B-Day chair, AMC, 4873 or higher. To Robinhood and Webull transfer took me 3 days. You will get margin again if you don't have 75 in your account on Webull, but it disappears after a day once you deposit. Matt used the Pacer Fitness app, Moon Gang Apes group. The community will join if you total steps into a challenge. I think that would be really fun to do like an overall like group fitness challenge. Do you think that this rule with the controlled squeeze rule being put into place on the 30th? No, I don't think there's actually such thing as a controlled squeeze. I think someone put that out there without necessarily doing like fully understanding what's going on. I do not subscribe to this concept of a controlled squeeze. Tony already responded. Get back to him. Yay. They taught me everything I know years ago. Would love to. Hang on. Hang on. Was I tagged in it? I need to find it so I can respond to the right one. There's Tony. I mean, they're definitely great options traders. Tasty trades. Wait, I just found it. Hang on. What did... Oh, please give an email. All right, let me just screenshot that. That probably seems easier. Tom. Oh, the guys who taught me options. Matt, the masculine YouTuber out in the woods carving TA into a tree with a butter knife, growing a mustache, not on his face, but on the back of his neck. Attempting to get you an interview. All right, shout out. Hey, Matt, looks like you got my fountain pen. Hope you like it. There was a business card in there with an email. Please contact me about sponsoring a day. Hope you saw the ape. Sean, so actually I have that pen right here. I love this pen. I just want to give a shout out. And this is posted on the other channel, but it was London Pen Co. And I just got like a super, super fancy pen. I love it. I've already been taking some notes in it. I have the pen right here. I think it's cool. Sean. Yeah, Sean, if you could, I mean, I guess I could drop you an email, or if you want, you could just DM me on Twitter and we could go from there. Matt, it seems like AMC has hit the 40 to 41 resistance. Hopefully we can break out and make it to 44 or 45 by the end of the day. SEC needs to do more to stop the shadiness. Watch unboxing, saw you got the El Tigre and baby El Tigre. Did you get the bebe El Tigre's friend, baby lion, named band? LO delivered 615. Let me know. Did you get the baby El Tigre's friend? I did not get the baby one. So in the unboxing yesterday, we do have two new official mascots. We have two new tiger friends, and we have a new plethora of frog hats. And the frog hats will make their official debut in the afternoon stream without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, what are we doing here on IWM? I am happy that we have AMC is diverting from IWM because it's looking a bit weak today. On the other hand, AMC's up almost 9%, 8.92%, trading at 40.27. SPY running. You gotta like that. You gotta like that. No sponsored content today. This bush ain't gonna trim itself. Oh, brother. With sheep, duckling, cow. Oh, these names. Love them. Love them. Matt Kohrs Zoo in the house. Matt Kohrs Zoo in the house. All right, AMC coming back, reaffirming this breakout at 40. I would love to see a perfect bounce right off of that. SPY, ding. Just hit a new all-time high. That was easy. Brand new all-time high. Not going anywhere, folks. Here, let's stand up real quick. So work a little bit on these 6-packs we've been building. Has Charles invited YouTube onto the show? I doubt it. He might have invited them, but they're not going to respond. Adam Cherry, I like the shirt. What's the Manscaped promo code, fam? It's actually a link. I think it's just slash. Here, I can find it. The promo code they had to disable because it got like leaked somewhere or something. Yeah, it's just manscaped.com/moongang and you get 20% off and free shipping. And then there's also, I don't even know what day it was, but there's also that Butcher Box one. But the Manscaped, just go to the URL /moongang, manscaped.com/moongang. The promo code no longer works. They had to disable it because it got leaked on, I don't know, one of those coupon websites. Picture comments showing up on Weeble after update. Oh, I didn't know that they started doing pictures on that. That's pretty cool. Good for them. Good for them. Who are these people? Wow. SPY is running. If you happen to be long on SPY, if you happen to have call options, congratulations. It was weak. So you would have gotten destroyed by Theta this morning. But if you picked some up today upon this breakout around 11:15-ish, right here, this was the nice buy. And you could have just risked, I don't know. I mean, right here was the strength, or maybe if you want to be a bit more conservative into here. But sometime between like 11:05, 11:20, this strength was a strong buy. You got the breakout at 44.20. We saw a new high. IWM not following along with the S&P 500. I do not know what's going on here, but small cap acting weak. But you know what small cap isn't acting weak? AMC. bouncing off of 40 might be, honestly, in a couple days from now, 11/27 on today, Monday, July 26th, we might be looking back at this and saying that was the buying opportunity, buying right at the support of 40. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if this is how it'll come out. But hey, might be. Glizzy. Matt Kohrs is the only brand of beer I drink. Light, refreshing, and never filling. Happy Monday, you crazy apes. You crazy apes. Hey, questions on calls. So if it says you break even on calls 152, does that mean that you won't make profit until it's over that? So Gear Be Jammin', the break-even price is what comes into play if you plan on holding until expiration or even like very close to expiration. You can make money before your break-even price. Like you can be in profit if you still have like a lot of days left until expiration or even a couple days left until expiration. They will price that in. Break-even price is very, very important the day of and like right at expiration, because that's when you'll have to be, if you let it expire, that's the point of like your break-even point. But if you get AMC 50s right now for like a month out and your break-even price is, I don't know, like 54, 55, something like that. If AMC rips from 40 to 42, 43, 44, 45 right now, you will be in profit. But if it stays at that level and then we get closer to expiration, your profit will fall as you get, because like it's you're balancing time, which can become a multivariate equation. Matt, would you promote my wife's new Insta showing high-end cars for apes to buy? Justine K Performance. JUSTINEK Performance, K as in the letter, Justine K Performance. Shout out to my dad's girlfriend's boyfriend. Good day, El Tigre. Do you think SPY will dip in the next day or two and then keep running in the middle of August? No. Right now, what I'm seeing in it, it looks like a lot of momentum. It could reverse course any of these days, but right now it seems very strong. They tried to beat it down this morning. There were some profit takers, some people probably shorting, being like, hey, it made a new high. We think it'll take a breather, but it turns out no one cared about that. And we just hit a new all-time high, 440 at 55. I have a new challenge. Who have more AMC shares? Can you give a shout out to my buddy Josh? New Ape and just went all dumb cran crazy with his first stock buy. Oh, brother, we got your back always. Shout out to Trey's left private eye. These accounts are getting more and more wild. I like it. I like it. Where are we at? I'm curious. What's going to happen. It's weird that IWM's behaving this weak when the SPY hit a new all-time high. I would expect it to at least be like a little like pushing upward on the day. So I'm kind of watching this wedge, but it's weird because it just broke down. I want to see if the breakdown happens or if it's like a miniature fake out breakdown and it breaks this wedge and like comes back up to 220 by the end of the day. Currently in decision no man's land. It either needs to break down from here or bounce from here. Just kind of watching this on the Russell 2000. I have September 17 AMC calls 11 strike. I'm up 1,035 on it. Was over 2,000 at one point. Should I sell them now, roll them, or hold them? September 17. Oh, Craig, I mean, I don't think data is hurting you that bad, honestly. Like, you have a lot of time. It's up to you. Remember, you don't have to sell them all at once. If you're feeling uncomfortable, why not lock in some of your profits and then use that money on maybe something just straight up shares where you don't have to worry about time. It's up to you. Right now, I'm seeing some nice strength in AMC. So if you're like, oh, like I want to hold on a couple more days, this is a nice reversal. It's the first official higher low we've had in a while. To me, especially a close above 42, that's actually like an official trend reversal. We went up, down, sideways, and then down. This was a clear bear flag, or not. It's a bear trend, also known as a bull flag. We broke upwards, but the question was like, okay, what's going on here? Are we just going to like fall back through? But now with today's action, it looks like we're officially putting in a new higher low relative to what we saw on July 19th. So July 23rd to July 19th, I like this pattern. I want confirmation, a break of 42, especially a close of 42. And it gets even better when we break above 46, because that's a new higher high relative to what we saw on July 21st. So on the daily perspective, if you're like, I might want to hold it out for a couple days, we're building up momentum. The question is, what type of momentum will this actually lead to? And with that, I can't guarantee anything. I don't know the answer. I'm watching it right here with you, but if I didn't know this was AMC or anything like that, I would look at this chart and be like, interesting. It looks like it's trying to build something up. And if you wanted to, you could risk 34.57. You could do that. Even if I didn't know this at all, if I didn't know AMC, the short squeeze, the story behind it, I would look at this chart and be like, hey, we know it can run. It took a breather. It got beat down, and it looks like it's reversing trend. And once again, that's the commentary I would give, even if I didn't know this stock whatsoever. I like what I'm seeing in the daily chart, and I would love it above 42, and I would love it above 46. Look at the SPY, man. Wow. The steroids it got last week on Thursday are clearly in its system. Love this community and all you guys do. Shout out. My dad's girlfriend's boyfriend. I love that name. I liked watching you get emotional last post. My TikTok got permabanned last week. So mad. It's crazy, but I won't get political. It's a power thing. Tommy's Touch. Shout out. All right, we did that. Tigre. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out. All right. See, I want IWM to break, because if this actually starts trending upward with the SPY, I don't know what would be holding AMC back. So this might be that beautiful bounce opportunity off of 40, resistance turning into support. And hey, we could time this. The Monday stream, we could be like, wow, remember when we could have got it at 40? But we've said that all along. We've said that at 14. We'd be like, one day, imagine thinking you could have picked up more at 14. We said that in the 20s, the 30s, and now let's see if it's going to hold true for the 40s. All right. 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 Hi. All right. Where are we at? Post squeeze, Moon Gang only party meetup, Grilled champ. I would do that. I mean, I would love to meet some people. I mean, thus far, I've met a couple people who've recognized me, and it's all been super, super nice, and I love it. I love meeting the community in person. Love to put a face to the name of all these supporters. Is Fox live on YouTube? No, but it'll definitely be like, people will be streaming it. And then actually, just so you know, I will be posting it here right after the Matt Kohrs clips. This is pinned to the top of chat right now. We just made this backup account like 2 days ago. So it will get posted here, Matt Kohrs clips. This is also where we're going to clip some of the rants and some of the teaching aspects of the stream. And we'll put up other things from like Charles Payne. It's just more of like a laid back, small clip stuff. Like this was the unboxing yesterday. So that's how we're going to use it. And then it'll also be the fallback in case of another termination or something like that. And then another, like, just for in terms of redundancies, we also have that Twitch that's been up for a while. That's Matt_Kohrs. Actually, Matt_Kohrs is Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. It's the same thing for all of those. Tokyo Dogecoin presale. I've never heard of that. AMC always does decent on Monday, then dies out. Why? We've actually kind of seen that in general, not necessarily on Mondays, of like the mornings are strong and then volume kind of dries up and we don't get the explosion in after hours. Today, I think it's going to be different. I think we're going to consolidate in mid-session, and as long as we hold that consolidation, I could see a movement into close. Can I get a Fratello? That's Italian. What do you think about Robinhood shares that are about to get released? I'm personally not going to be involved in it, but if I were Robinhood, I would be very, very worried because I think the stock is going to get demolished. All right. All right, hang on. VWAP coming into 43. I mean, above 42, I think there's going to be a natural attraction right up to 45, 46. It's just, this is a huge one. The 40 to 42 region, we're hanging out right now in a region of resistance. We definitely want this breakout. Consolidating here is obviously good. The higher we go, the better. I mean, AMC's up 8.6%, trading just above 40, which is awesome, but every cent counts, every dollar counts. Someone's asking for Ortex. AMC, thus far, a small net return, 128,000, short interest of 14.77%, and then a borrow against GME, 180,000, short interest of 15.23%. Speaking of Robinhood, how would I go about shorting it out of it? Buying puts would be a good strategy. It depends on your brokerage. If your brokerage allows you to short, you could straight up short it. You could buy puts. Both of those would be bearish bets against it. It, I believe, hits the public market on Thursday, and it will be trading under the ticker HOOD, HOOD. Hang on. Drink break. All right. All right. All right. All right. Well, folks, it looks like this is the overall dealio. The only thing really moving right now, SPY's moving up, IWM's moving down, AMC holding strong, and it looks like it's going into a bit of a sideways consolidation. Honestly, that might be the mid-session today. It seems like that's just what it's gearing up to be. So here is my plan. Moving forward with the day, for the week, the normal plan is 9 to 11 and then 2 to 4. What will be going on today, that will be the plan for the week. But this week, today specifically, I have that interview on making money with Charles Payne. I'm told, I got a text that I'll be on around 2:24 if you're looking for more of a specific time. So probably somewhere in that window of 2:24 to 2:30, I don't know, something like that. I'm sure someone out there will be streaming it. Someone will be. And just so you know, if you miss it, I will be posting it to the Matt Kohrs Clips channel afterwards if you just want to watch it there. And right after the interview's over, I will then be coming back and streaming for Power Hour. I'll probably tweet that out or something if you're looking for the link. But that's what's going to be going on. So, hey, we're starting off Monday in a beautiful manner. I'm excited. Once again, thank you for everyone who's shown support and helped me get my channel back on Friday. It was a crazy Friday. It was a crazy weekend. But I will catch you this afternoon. If anything's going on midday that's insane, I will be, I'll let you know about it on Twitter. If anything is noteworthy, I'll tweet that out there. Other than that, just so everyone in the Discord knows, I'm about to come out and hang out with you guys for a little bit. But I will catch all of you in this afternoon session. But first, I'll be on making money, and then we will go from there. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. And remember, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.